It is. It's podcast day. We're excited. We're digging out there. What have we got? Ooh, yeah.
Dude, it's fucking podcast day.
Takes you back to that time when you remember what you were doing when you first listened to that album, or
What is going on, you champions? That's right. Yes.
What up?
Podcast day. Two dudes talk music. Yes, and stew. I've been stewing on this shit all day.
What is going on?
Yes.
It's that time. It's that time. Podcast time. Yeah, spill the beans, man. Spill the beans. We want it. We want this. The exclusive details.
All right. How's everybody doing? Welcome, big welcome to the podcast. It is podcast day. It is Thursday. Hope everybody's doing all right. Thank you, first of all, straight out of the gate, we got a couple of new followers. Dijon and Mr. Pariah, thank you guys so much for following. And I believe we gave out a community subscription, which was snatched up by Red Mercury as well. So thank you so much,
very much, Red
everybody,
Mercury.
we
Enjoy that.
Getting shit rolling, which is good. And yeah, mate, how you been?
Dude.
How you been? What have you been doing?
Dude.
You been settling back in from after
I
the holiday?
have, but you know what I have been doing? New music, man. Oh,
new music?
dude, new music, dude.
Yeah.
Dude. I am fully
I like
hooked
the sound
on the
of
Red
that.
Hook.
Ooh, okay, I'm excited.
I'm
We
fully
want all
hooked on the
ninjas
Red
that
Hook,
come.
man. We've just found this band called Red Hook recently, and wow, pretty blown away. Female, I know we don't really like saying it here, but you know, it is a female-fronted punk band, and they are absolutely phenomenal. Very, very Australian, very good.
Awesome.
What
awesome.
about
That's
you,
really
my
good,
friend?
man.
How have you been?
Just more prep for the US trip. I did wake up this morning feeling a bit shit. I've managed to pull it together for this though, but we'll get there. Get through it. Obviously, just want to do a quick update for everybody regarding the Moshfest on High Street show. Some of you may have seen that the venue High Street Social has implemented a change recently. They're not going to have live bands effective immediately. We are in the process of, Kazi especially has, got his fucking nose to the grindstone trying to find a new venue for this thing. There should be an official announcement on what's happening in the next, probably a couple of weeks. Obviously, with it being Christmas, New Year, getting a hold of people is proving very, very difficult, but hopefully there'll be something to announce in early January regarding the show. We are doing everything, everyone's involved is doing everything we can to try and ensure this goes ahead. So if you still haven't got your tickets, there is time to scoop them up. And yeah, hopefully this whole thing still happens, because we're really, really wanting to make sure that this is a thing. Anyway, enough faffing about. I think we should get to our guests. Now,
Yes.
this band, Artemis Blade, they have members from multiple other Sydney acts that you will have seen. I'm talking like Black and Beneath and Nasjap all sort of coming together with stuff. Probably more. I don't know all of them. I know a few of the boys, but that's just some of them. So I think we need to get them on right now, mate. Let's do it. Let's bring the boys on.
And we grit it.
We got it.
And we got it.
We got it. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen.
Hey guys, thanks for having us.
Not a problem at all. Again, thank you so much for coming on. I'm glad we got our little technical issues sorted out. But look, I mean, I know you guys are in the studio, so there's all sorts of complicated patching and stuff going on with things. Who the fuck knows? So we got it sorted in the end. That's what counts.
That's it.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on here.
Pleasure, guys. Thanks.
Now, I don't believe I've had the pleasure of actually seeing Artemis Blade in action as a band back when I lived in Sydney prior to moving up to Queensland. But I obviously know Will and Adric and Aaron from previous stuff. Tell us, how did everybody come together for Artemis Blade? How did that come together as a project? How did that all get started?
All right, it's a bit of a journey, like with
That's good.
I mean,
we like that journey.
yeah, yeah.
Take us on a ride.
I mean, myself, I'm just sort of a bit of a dormant musician from many years back out of school and things like that. I hadn't done things for so long, and I think there was a whole Black and Beneath came along. They were there, and then there was a reincarnation with the Artemis Blade Evolution, and I took a spot in there, and then we
made sure to wear the appropriate shirt.
Yeah.
Your turn this week, eh, Raf?
Yeah. I've had this shirt for more than 10 years. Like, fucking,
wow.
Is it still in the condition it's in?
Oh man, Will, I love that. But I met these guys, and we just started. Yeah, we're just doing our bits and pieces, and some come gone, and we just gone our ways and done things. We've just sort of had a few band like life stumbling blocks along the way, as everybody has that journey. And I think, as you mentioned before, Nazjat, not another sequel, just another prequel. I always get that wrong, but they, along with them too, they sort of, just a little bit of a crossroads between some members and things, and we just sort of kind of joined together. And now myself, Adric, Aaron, Will, and Andy are just in the process of writing a whole heap of new songs now. So with the COVID that's been going on for the last couple of years and everything else, we've done not a lot of stuff obviously live, so there's not any anything you would have seen live. So now we're just got our new stuff written and done, and we're just trying to rehearse and get that all down and tracked, and then basically start the revolution of getting out live and doing things. And we're using this Mosh Fest, helping out there. Love to be part of it, to be involved, and use that as a bit of a here we are, here's what we've done, and introduce
springboard. Or
yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, the fact that it's because that's the thing. I mean, when Kazi was talking to me about all these the bands that he's got on it, like, I'm always cool to play with a lot of bands I've not heard of. But obviously, in interviewing and researching a lot of the bands to have on the podcast for as part of the promotion of that show, it's really like, there's so many fucking people from the history of the scene, and so many people I have worked with before, or from other bands that I've seen before, that are involved with this show, and it really feels a lot of ways like a reunion.
Good. It's a big family.
Yeah, exactly. For a lot of people.
To say we're all band sluts, but yeah.
Whoa, man, that was the early to mid 2000s. That's what we were all doing, wasn't it? We were just on the grind. We were just on the grind.
Absolutely. And so, you mentioned, you guys have been workshopping some new material, trying to get that tracked and everything. Is there, are we expecting an album to come out soon?
This is a source of great debate. I'm not sure if we're able to give you a definite answer, to be honest.
Okay, we don't want anyone getting in trouble. So
no. It's basically the execution of how we want to do it with the modern delivery of music now. Is it how do we approach this into, I guess, let's just face it, a two-part or a single part. We've got most of the stuff and everything written, a story to tell, but how we execute it as single releases or albums, that's the debating part, how we're going to do that. But with some stuff is coming, definitely.
And as I was going to say, and as well, as well as also sort of a
split
accompanying artwork and stuff like that. I think we just got a message before from Will. I think he's watching. He was saying he reckons split EP, so is probably the way he's going. So that's another idea as well. Two-part story.
The waterfall method's quite popular these days. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. That seems to be one of the more effective methods of rolling out an EP or an album on these kind of platforms. Just roll it out a single at a time. Song every 4 to 6 weeks, and then once they're all out, you're like, okay, cool, this is the album. Which I know a lot of us come from an old school approach where it's like, no, you do an album and then you release the album.
You release a single and then you release the album.
That change to this new way of doing things has been very, very difficult for a lot of us, I think. And this is a debate we've had many times on the podcast.
And we will continue to have.
And we will continue to have about all these streaming services and the good and the bad. And all these aspects around it. But it seems to be one of these things where the industry's changing a lot, and we can't be these old men left behind if we want to try and make it work. That we have to be we have to change with the times. We have to adapt with it, because if you don't, you go the way of Blockbuster. So
Yeah,
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
one.
That's it.
Blockbuster refused to evolve and adapt with the times, and look what happened. So
Yep.
Yes.
Could have been a Blockbuster streaming service. As soon as they saw one come out, they should have just done it.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. If they'd kept with it, if they'd shifted with it, they could have been the kings of it. Same with was it
Video Easy.
one of the companies that did film Kodak
Oh,
Kodak.
yeah.
cameras? They saw the digital revolution, and they just went, nah, people won't go with digital cameras. And they waited and waited and held back until it was too late. And then when was the last time you saw some Kodak shit?
Yeah.
Zach in the chat there. Hey boys, happy Thursday. Did I miss the fuck off files? Not yet, Zach. Not yet. We're still. We had to start a little bit late due to some minor issues, so we're still fairly early in things. We haven't hit the fuck off files just yet. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. So tell us. I mean, looking at the.
Well, As Above, So Below dropped in 2018.
Hmm.
And it's a very, listening to the NASDAQ stuff in comparison, like, this is really all I have to go off in sort of a comparison sort of sense. Yeah, and listening to what you guys have done now is chalk and cheese, man. Like, it's a vast difference.
Yeah, it is a long time ago, and that, I guess, it was hard because we had a few, with the lineup changes and sort of that crossroads where we're at, and the boys from NASDAQ coming on board and the boys from Under Display sort of coming on board to that in a weird way. Sort of that all happened behind the scenes, and we've got like with all the new material too. That I guess the older stuff with that, which is what you're saying, the As Above, So Below. That is the, I guess, the work of a few other past members too. It was something that, for them to be proud and us to be proud of, and we keep that and cherish that. But we've now sort of, obviously with, passing COVID and stuff the last 2 years, 2.5, 3 years, so with just trying to be writing and moving stuff forward in a bit of a different direction, which will now have a bit of a hybrid between that NASDAQ and ARTEMIS feel. So a bit more sort of melodic, something a little bit of fun.
I always
Looking forward
like
to that.
even I like the heavy shit, but I think a bit of melody never goes astray with that.
Yeah,
It always helps. It adds a not so much degree of, I wouldn't say accessibility, but it definitely adds a degree of musicality that sometimes some people can be put off by if it's all this like brutally slamming stuff. It can be putting people
100%.
off a bit. Whereas if you there's ways to work melody into it that I think is really
absolutely. And
you sort of find
this
the right way to do it.
So yeah, that's right. Evolving on that, like the As Above, So Below. Like there's going to be a little bit more. We've done a lot sort of cross-reference, like back and forth with a bit of a dueling sort of lead, like harmony here and there, some layers and bits and pieces. We're having a lot of fun with that stuff. It's anytime there's a guitar,
definitely noticing.
Our ears up, and me and Adric look at each other, going, "Dual harmonies, we're doing it."
Yeah, I mean, like the solos take as long to write as the rest of the song, I think.
Yeah,
Well, I think you blokes had most fun in Tragedy in that cover.
Oh,
Because you guys shredded the absolute bumhole out of that. And
but that.
can I just say, like,
Yeah.
I remember growing up listening to that song, in the car with my mum and stuff like that. You guys showed me how dark that song actually is. Like, that's a very dark song. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, when we did it, we kind of thought that. Like, a funny quick story was when I joined the guys, and there was a bit of a stitch-up moment where I'm like, nice to meet you, all this sort of stuff, a couple of weeks of jamming and that, and then I said I was a little bit of a closet sort of Bee Gees fan. I said, I don't mind their stuff, it's in the heavy metal groups and circles. People are like, oh yeah, that's cool. Did you know that Andy, our bass player, goes, oh, that's his nephew, Barry Gibb or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, whatever, yeah, sure, guys. Yeah, don't know these guys from whatever, but eventually they kept going and persevering. I'm like, oh, so that's actually true, and true story it was. So he's a nephew of the Bee Gees. But in saying that, I said that I always wanted to cover and do a Bee Gees song, but of all the darker songs that they wanted to do, everyone sort of had the same idea in their head. Like, I think I was talking to Will, our singer. He's like, yeah, I want to do Tragedy. We've already spoken about it. So we got it. we got Adric here in and Aaron, and yeah, we put it together, and we just sort of had our little recipe. We'll bring it down to B, we'll bump BPM up, and yeah, put a little bit of a different modern metal twist on it, and yeah, that was actually really good fun to do.
You know what you guys have to do now, though? You got to come up my way and go out to Redcliffe, where they've got the little alleyway.
Yeah, the little alley, the dedicated tribute.
That's where you got to film a video. You got to do a video for it.
In there, yeah, with the statue of them in the background, right? Like
Yeah. Oh, that was actually like fun doing the clip too. Like I was kind of like not like I didn't know what we're gonna do, what was gonna come out. So I was like a bit of scotch, a bit of whiskey, a couple of beers, and then we'll see what happens. And all of a sudden I'm in a wig and drawing underwear on the back, and
love it. That's my kind of story. I love that shit.
I mean, those are the best ones, though, right? Those are the best ones. You don't know what. Like, I think the first Tensions Arise film clip, I ended up in like a gimp mask and a leash on the side of one of the main roads in Parramatta.
Is it the Sin City one or something?
Yeah, the Sin City video. Yeah. And it was like midnight, and all but all the cars are still got. Oh, yeah. Some wild shit. And I mean, look, I think. You guys have, I gotta say, just a hell of a talented lineup. Like, looking over that, like, everyone that you guys have in there is just supremely talented at what they do. And what they bring to the table is extremely, extremely valuable. And I'm really, really looking forward to, hopefully, if we can find a new venue for this show, really looking forward to getting to see it. Not just, to catch up with, like, friends and stuff, but to see what you guys are putting together. Because, I mean... I was always really big on the Black and Beneath and what they had going on. Obviously, Adric knows I was always up the front at NASDAP shows every fucking time. So it's just seeing what this group of people has always been able to come together. Oh, what the fuck is this shit? Fuck off out of that. Nah, sorry.
Hold on.
There you are.
Sorry, guys.
Just in the.
How do I get rid of this?
In the chat, how do I take that out?
I want to moderate. I can moderate.
Yeah, can you moderate that one out of there, please? We just had someone in the chat, like some ad bot in the chat.
All right. I thought maybe they were getting dick pics or something. So.
Not quite. Close enough.
No, there we go. Thank you.
No, it's done.
Yeah, someone coming into the chat stream trying to advertise.
Oh, that was that Mr. Peruvian that followed. You suck, dude.
Well. All right. So, obviously, you guys are working on. You got that new music that you're putting together. Maybe an album, maybe a split EP sort of deal, whatever you think. Is there? Like, are you guys got some neat ideas for new film clips to go with that material as well?
Yes. Yeah. This is our artistic creator director, Will. Obviously, and the bass, Andy. A bit of a collaborative idea between those two.
You've got to think Aaron's done. No, Aaron's done a lot with the video stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're definitely going into a little bit of a new territory into a few things. So. As far as we get a bit more of a live sense. We want to sort of get some visual sort of performance. We want to try and get some other little bit out there to complement what we're doing with our new release that we're about to drop in the next maybe two to 3 months. Like our big sort of next single, it features the big name.
We just got a guest
on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, stuff like that. With the visual content, we want to try and bring a little bit of something different to the table. From what we've done already, anyway. Yeah, so maybe not so much as realism, I guess, to describe it without giving too much away.
Yeah,
a bit more computer oriented, I guess. But
more artistic, I think, than maybe past efforts that would have happened in sort of previous bands.
I guess you're looking for a thing. You know what I mean? I guess like bands like Disgust have the mask, and if you're not really sort of going to go down the sort of face paint and the mask sort of realm, then you got to sort of look at that more artistic side of the show.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, even beyond like the musicality and musical skill that all you guys have. Again, I know yeah, Will, Adric, Aaron, they've all been very creative beyond just the music as well.
Yeah.
And really, really cool ideas there. So, I'm sure you guys have got some amazing stuff cooking up for that. And I'm excited. I'm not going to press you guys on who the guest spot is, because I know there's no way we'll get that out of you. But very, very keen. I would definitely be keeping an eye out on that one.
Will that sort of transcend into more video clips and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Are you going
to
to sort of more take, I guess, a bit more of a digital approach in moving forward?
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that this is a bit of the delay in what we're doing with the storyline and everything. What we're trying to create is that that digital part of the, I guess, that clip and things like that ties into it. So we're kind of wanting to.
We're very DIY. That's how probably our biggest thing. So we've been learning how to do stuff at the same time.
Man, that's the way it should be. I had I do a separate podcast to this. I've been a bit lazy, but next year's going gangbusters. Regardless of that, I had a band called Sarah Kills on, and these guys filmed a 3.5 minute video clip all through their phone, edited it all themselves. I think they bought a shitty computer off Gumtree and plugged it into their TV and edited. I'll send you the video clip afterwards, eh? Mate, it fits their music perfectly, and it just goes to show you that there is absolutely no excuse not to take that digital approach.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Because it can just be done, like, especially now, like, I've got the new Samsung. Man, this thing films in 8K.
Yeah.
When I tried to upload a video of this from 8K onto my computer's fans went absolutely spastic. They went stupid. I thought my computer was going to take off into space. So it can all be done, man. Like,
when you've got phones that have got 4K and pretty much all the GoPros now go with 4K and everything, it's accessibility for filming to the layperson has never been
more accessible.
Greater. And I guess it's the same in terms of recording music. You know, I mean, you buy a Mac these days, it comes with GarageBand. Like, people can just throw all sorts of shit together. All right. So that's really, really cool. Is there like, how many songs are we talking about, do we think?
Probably around 14 or 12 to 14. Yeah.
And is that culling it down from a larger pool, or
a little bit? Yeah. So a pool of some stray bits and pieces. There's a couple of songs we like to call, we pull those songs apart for parts. Yeah.
Some of it's just riffs, some of it's half songs.
We'd have a song written, and we'd sit on that for a month or 2 or 3 and chip in and do our bits and pieces and collaborative sort of approach to it. But we eventually get to a point going, we self-reflect and go, well, it's like a car, you know, you take it to the wreckers. We kind of sort of put it into that pool and go, we pull it apart for parts. We go, you like this bit, hate that bit. And then it kind of hybrids itself into another song somewhere. And we've written about 2 or 3 songs in the newer stuff doing that sort of approach, just going, well, this fits well with this and that fits well with that. Yeah, we're trying to pick the best of what we've got in our abilities and things,
Okay, cool. I like
the best of our ability. He's been pushing my abilities, I'll put it that way.
That's good, man. That's such a good thing when you have someone that's working beside you that makes you work harder.
Exactly.
Because it only helps with growth for everyone.
It's like the saying, you never want to be the smartest person in the room. You know, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Like, if you the best bands work really, really well because everyone genuinely believes that everyone else in the band is more talented than them. Not in an imposter syndrome kind of way, but in the way of you recognize the incredible talent that everyone else brings to the table, and you're like, I'm so fucking lucky to be working with such a talented group of people.
That's how we feel. So.
I think if you can get that formula going, because I've been in bands and I've been around people that just want to surround themselves with people that they consider to be lesser musicians than them, so that they can feel like the king, and it never goes well.
Yeah,
like, it just never.
You
goes
get found
well.
out. Yeah,
you absolutely get found out. You get just no one. Yeah, no one wants to be around that because it's just not pleasant, and you go through musicians so quickly. And no one wants to be a part of that. So It seems like you guys have got a really good group of dudes there, and you guys get along really, really well.
100%. Good little family. It's great. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's so good. That's so good. I swear to God, I don't know why. I thought looking through some of your shit that at one point there was a female vocalist in the band, but I must be.
No, it might have been just the one of the actress that we had to do the clip of the fall. That's probably
I didn't-
May. She was really good.
I'll be honest. I didn't have a lot of time to do as much research as
all.
I would like ahead of this one today. Woke up today really not feeling too great, so I had to.
No stress at all, man.
He's mustard. He's
a lot of
mustard.
Normally I'd be drinking, but I can't. No state to do that tonight. Absolutely no.
You're on the
state to-
Northies, but come on, boys, get off. Me.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking disgusting, lads. Come on, get off.
What do you got there? What have we got?
I've got.
Can't
I've
I thought
got.
he was vaping.
No, I'm vaping, but I've got these internationals.
All right.
They're beautiful,
cool.
man. They're absolutely sensational. Better than
I designed it.
Coronas.
I designed his studio, so we got everything we want. We've got our leisure activities in there. We've got a scotch bar and everything in there if we want. So we can get some top-end scotch if we want.
You just need
So
some
this
good
is-
beer.
This is your studio setup, is it, that you're in right now?
Yeah, man.
that's
Oh, Adric.
awesome.
It started off with a little bit of a whim to sort of just go, I don't know, I might just make an extra room in the house for guitars and like to do whatever. And then getting to know Adric a lot more, and his ideas. It comes, you should do this. You should put a monitor in. We've got like this big 20-something track mixer thing here, and monitors up there. And I just said, look, we're making a leisure room out there. Put the PlayStations and all the TVs and everything out there. We're putting the bar out there. We'll get our tracking room out in the other side so we can track our
So
instruments.
everything that you guys do now is in house. You guys mix, master, produce, everything.
Yeah.
Makes my bedroom setup look a bit less substantial.
Well, mixing and mastering, that's something we want to get a impartial, like we said it, someone else just get a different set of ears of what we've been listening to for so long, because you can get yourself sort of
You get
Well,
tired,
I guess
man. Your ears get tired.
If you're interested,
exactly. Yeah, you
if
get
you're
calibrated
interested,
in
there's
your
a
own.
service I provide.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, we've got like we can mix and stuff in the in house, but there's a certain I don't know,
Objectiveness.
creativeness that comes to someone else being able to kind
So
of give
so
you feedback.
so basically, all pre-production is done in house.
everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So you
anything-
basically got
anything-
space to do all your pre-production, so you can actually walk in with a semi or with a professional producer / recorder, and smash it out.
That's right. Well, yeah, that's right. So we can do and anything outside of Artemis Blade that say Spear Justice Adric will bring in Spear Justice Productions. He can do all of that in here, and we do that. But being Artemis Blade, we'll get to that pre-prod start. We'll get it all sorted out,
Sounds better, weird.
and eventually we'll just go, because it's our own stuff. We want to send it to that unbiased, impartial person that can do the mixing and editing and stuff like that. The
Fair enough.
It's
mastering.
probably a good idea.
Sometimes that
Yeah.
external thing can definitely help. It's sometimes you get too in your own head about your own stuff.
True. That's
and
it. That's
it's
exactly
really
it.
hard to break out from those habits, or
It's really easy
step
to-
back and see the bigger picture.
It's really easy to get into a cycle of like fix this, fix that, and then you end up pulling it apart, and you listen to it later on, and you go, "Fuck, that sounds terrible." Like what happened? Where did I go wrong? Yeah.
Do you ever find that having all that equipment there that you tend to overwork songs before you go into proper production?
Me personally, yes, sometimes I do, because I'm like, here's a version, here's the version 4, here's version 5, here's version 20, here's version this and that. And eventually, I probably waste a lot of time doing that, but I guess it's not wasted time. I look at more of learning and exercising and stuff like that. When we do get together and put a track down, it kind of finds its way of just being what it is, like if I've got these drum ideas and this, I'll send it to Aaron and say, look, here's a song we've written. I'll have a sort of an idea and a concept, but he just goes and blows you away anyway, and just nailed that.
He's
And
a
then
freak,
he's put
man.
his
Aaron
He's
Adams
so
is a
good.
freak, man. He's so
Oh.
good. He's so good. I
Yeah,
had the pleasure
he
of
is.
working with him during the New South Wales United
the Heavy Metal
the
United
Heavy Metal
show that
United show
we did
thing,
there.
man, and Dude, the
Oh,
guy.
he was on top of it. Anything
Yeah.
we needed him to do, just like, hey, can we do this? Just bam, straight out.
Man,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
professionalism that
Yeah.
just oozes through that guy, and his combi was just on point too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah, and he'll go, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. It's good. Hopefully you like it. I'm like, man, dude, you've blown my expectations
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far. I'm like, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Here's
But we
a-
can't say too much out, so you'll start getting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no.
we can't let our secrets out.
Well, the funny
we
thing
love
is, Raf's brought it up on here before. He was talking about, I think it was Paul McCartney when he was talking about, how do you get all these great songs? And it's like, well, you should hear all the ones that don't make it on the album.
Yeah, yeah.
True, yeah.
Do you like? I think would it be? I think maybe the whole concept of having all this equipment now is maybe a bit counterproductive because people just don't write songs anymore because you can actually work on them.
Yeah, I think it's beneficial. It has its pros and cons. Yeah.
Because
It
would it
does
be
take
more
that
beneficial if you could just work off the law of averages and just smash out like 100,000
Yeah.
songs?
Yeah, I think
you've got to
it's,
get one good eventually.
you kind of get to a point like I kind of try and strip back and simplify. I know they're going to laugh at me, these guys, about it, but I try and think if we do that and then let everybody else bring in their organic approach to it a little bit. And so I try not to. I'll just keep a guitar track down, a lead track down, whack a bass on there, and just like program some drums in, and then see what happens after that. I don't get too bogged down into too many plugins and technologically guitar-y sort of musical stuff. I really don't. I sort of just keep it basic and a minimal setup.
That's
Once I've
good.
got a good spot, I hit presets like when I just want to just quick guitar tone to lace up down. That's all I'll do, and then I'll leave to Adric or something like that to sort out the heavy lifting later on, you know. But because I still I don't want to overwork it, like we just say, like, and just have that disadvantage, like with the technology sort of hindering everything. I still want that open door for all the like Andy. He'll bring in a bass line here and there, and he'll slap something or do this or hammer on something that, whatever he does, he'll change it totally and go, well, that's exactly what we want, rather than what I've probably programmed from, you know,
And that's why you got him as your bass player, because you know
Exactly.
that what he's going to bring is the kind of stuff you guys want.
Yeah, he you know, the thinking outside the square type thing, and you know, it's always good like that, more of an organic approach.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's the best when you've got, you know, when you as a songwriter have a vague idea of what you're after, and you can put something down to demonstrate that, but you know that the other people you're working with are going to put their flavor on there, and that's you know that's going to work well, and you can trust that what they're going to do is going to be most of the time, you know, better than what you put down, or what better than what you were thinking of yourself put down. But at the same time, obviously, there might be instances where you're like, no, I've got a very specific vision for this part in this song, so can we really do it, like really keep it this way? It's always a finding the right balance between those, I think. And I can't believe I'm going to quote Lars Ulrich on there, but in terms of you keep working on songs, but like, when is a song done?
Uh-huh.
When is a song finished?
Yep.
It's never
Yeah,
finished.
that's hard.
It gets
Good call,
to a point, and I'm sure Adric can speak to this as well. Like, it gets to a point where not just in writing a song, but in recording and mixing a song, where you can make 1,000 changes and it's gonna sound different, but it's not gonna sound better or worse. And you just kind of have to let it go. You have to just go, all right, it's not finished, but I'm done with it. And
I think there's a point where you got to kind of like be like, let it, like it's like a child, and you know, you got to let it go and play with the other kids for a while.
Yeah, you have to let it
Leave
sink
it
or
be.
swim on its own merits. And there's nothing more that you can do to actively make it better necessarily. You can just do what you can for it.
Just do what your mama said. Stop playing with it. It won't work anymore.
Maybe I should make that the Raf's Place motto. Stop playing with it. It won't work anymore.
That's
All
right.
right.
I mean, when you get it and you go through, I mean, I know, because I like writing a few of the songs. I sit on them for so long, and I do this and that, and I work on them, and it gets to a point, and then after, you know, a certain point, I'll send it over. When I'm sort of satisfied with it, I'll just send a sneaky text over to Will, and I'll just say, what do you think of this? And with the evolution of his vocals and what he's done, I think he's just hitting new strides and getting better and better. And I think from the Artemis play in the past and the Black and Beneath and everything he's done before, he's just going up to another level in this, what we've done now. In particular, one of the second, like, songs, like the second track on the, when we do release it, it's one of those watch this space things, like how explosive and what he does in that. And he's just actually just opened up to another level when, you know, you've written a song and it just changes the dynamics of it. So I'm sitting there listening to a song that I've owned as my own child for so long, and then Will comes and does this whole other thing and takes to another level. And I just go, man, that's absolutely fucking amazing. And yeah, all of a sudden you're in that, come on guys, get to the studio now. Aaron, we're going to get this recorded, because it just lifts you up and just, yeah.
Get you
How
pumped.
get you pumped. Me, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
It's beautiful when that happens. I love that when you have that moment where
that's what music's meant to do, man.
And someone just, you know, one of the team comes in and they just add just the right flavor to it, just the right elements to it, and it just it lifts it beyond what you ever thought it could be in your head. You're like, yeah, okay, it's a good song, but then they come in and do something to it, and you're just like, fuck, like
that's it. And then like cracking the vault over with Adric with stuff that he's got lined up too. You're going, man, like, where have you been all this time? Like, oh, this is going to be good. Like, you know, he's just got a creative mind. Like, it's good. Like, we've all got our little jobs to do, and coming together, it becomes a really nice big achievement. I think it's really, going a little bit slower than we thought, but it's coming along nice.
Well, man, you guys have got the space. Just record everything. Pull your phones out. Just record yourself playing. Record yourself doing stuff. Man, Artemis Blade should have a Twitch. And while you're writing stuff, you can just put yourself out there, man. Look, seriously, it's a webcam. You've got all the interfaces there. You've got everything plugged into the computer anyway. What's the harm in letting people watch you create magic?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's the platforms are there. Like, it's up to us now to break into the digital age and transcend the whole. Yeah, the music stuff's good, but we got to do better.
Yeah, true. 100%.
Which, I mean, I hate that we have to play the algorithm now.
Yeah.
We can't just be musicians. We can't just be musicians that go and play shows. We have to be social media fucking experts to play the algorithm and try and do all that. Like, I hate that.
Yeah. It's spoiler alert, like when you said the fuck off files. I mean, it's kind of...
Yeah.
It's probably something I was going to...
Yeah, dude, that is one that constantly gets. Yeah, we'll get there, and we'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it properly.
Before we get to the fuck off files, let's go to the quick question quarter. Kyle, if you would be so kind as to hit the thing.
I got the thing. Let's do it. I got the thing. All right, let's go. Bang. I guess it's not all about you. Love it.
All right, so this is the quick question quarter. For those of you that haven't seen us before, we ask our guests a number of rapid fire questions and just get their quick answers for them. They start easy and they get harder as they go further along. We will get answers from both of you. So let's just
first answer that comes into your head.
Nice and simple. What was the first instrument that you ever learned?
Guitar. It's probably recorder, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like recorder in school.
All right.
Definitely guitar for me.
What was the first album that you purchased, or the first album that you got that you were like, I really want this album?
He's pulling out the phone. He's got to look for it.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was called, but I remember I was a kid.
I'm sure I'm pretty sure it was Cowboys from Elf and Pantera. Pretty sure.
That is such like a wow.
A guitarist.
It's like I was just awesome from the time I liked music.
All right.
Give me a sec.
I'm still looking. While he's looking, have any of you guys seen the footage? Like the fan footage from the Pantera reunion, the first Pantera reunion show?
I haven't looked at any of it yet.
Saw a little bit.
I haven't seen any of it.
I'm going to say it wasn't bad.
It's not too bad. Phil's voice sounds better than it has in a while. But
yeah, I think he did that.
He's kind of got that Ozzy Osbourne thing going on where he just has to kind of stand there. He can't really move around or be very active while he's singing.
Well, heroin will do that to you.
Yeah.
Part of our tech issues as well. Like we're just struggling like with the internet here because we've got a big telecommunications company that's kind of really stuck me up on my modem at the moment in the NBN. So I'm just point being is I wanted to watch a lot of that on the YouTube and all the rest of it. But yeah, I'll hopefully the next couple of days when they fix it. So
You will.
I mean, look, yeah, they did a really nice tribute to Dime and Vinny.
yeah.
Like, they played like a little video, and then they did Planet Caravan and kept like videos of them going on the screen while they were doing it and everything. And I mean, look, again, it's not a Pantera show necessarily. I would say it's like Phil and Selmo and friends playing
Yeah,
Pantera.
man.
Tribute,
It's a
sort of thing.
tribute.
But it's as close as any of us are going to get to seeing them again. Anyway, what have you got? Did you find it?
All right, so this is probably the earliest I can remember. Right, Don Spencer's Feathers, Fur, or Fin.
Don Spencer. Jesus.
Wow.
Don Spencer. Yep.
Wow.
That's probably as early as I think.
Mate, I remember going to see Don Spencer at the Jones Sutherland Performing Arts Centre. Back then when it was a fucking I don't even think it was called that at the time. I think it was called something. I don't know. But yeah, I can remember going to see him there. So and having all this shit on like cassette and everything. So all right, what's an instrument you've always wanted to learn but haven't been able to yet?
Oh, how much time you got for that one?
Mm.
You can only
Bass.
pick one.
Just give us one.
Yeah, guitar.
Choose one.
Violin.
Yeah, I think violin's good out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
choice. We haven't
And
had
if
that
we're
one
going-
yet. Oh, go
Yeah.
one more. You had one more. Go.
Or they both go violin? Was it both violin?
I was going to say, for percussion it'd be tabla, and for strings it'd be violin.
Awesome. I like that. Some nice variety there. Maybe you can make that a thing, and then like you can learn it, and then bust out a violin solo in an Artemis Blade song. Pick it up, do it live on stage and everything. All right, here we go. I like we're starting to get to some really interesting questions now. If you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for, so this is living or dead, active or not, any point in their career, one big band or artist to open a show for, who would it be?
Oh God.
I love this
Yeah.
question.
Legal.
I love this question.
That's a thing. That is a good. I never. That seems like it should be a simple one, but it's hard. Yeah, I've been a Pantera fanboy all my life. I'd say that. I guess.
Yeah. OG lineup.
Yeah, peak era, OG Pantera, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
probably be like System of a Down, just so I could be like hanging around backstage.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I mean, I love the answers we get from that one. We've had some really cool ones. I think we had Dan from Red B said Led Zeppelin back at their,
Oh,
their
that'd be-
peak back in the 70s. I think that would have been pretty crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is an artist or a band that you're listening to at the moment that you believe is seriously underrated?
Threat Signal.
Whoa!
I'll take
I have not heard that name being dropped in a very long. Wow!
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I haven't heard much from them for a while.
Aren't they the ones
No,
that
I love
done?
them.
Aren't they the ones that had the EP with that first EP that they brought out, and it had the quote from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? It was the Backcountry one,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
That country, yeah. But it could have been. I'm not sure.
I'm going to find that out tonight
I
after this stream.
Yeah, got to look that one up. Yeah.
Wow.
No, but I love those guys. I know they've got a bit of a following in that, and I just think they're a lot. Yeah, I guess the underrated is the term. They're a lot better than. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Fair enough.
Wow.
What about you, mate? What about you?
I know, Between the Buried and Me's probably been my latest stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
My latest sort of like, no one told me about it for years, but I feel like it was like, why no one told me about them? I just don't understand. It's so my kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely. They're
Yeah.
they're one of those bands that you kind of hear the name, but you don't necessarily you don't hear their stuff as much.
Well, you don't associate it to be as like musically talented. Like I was expecting like emo, pretty straight forward stuff, and then yeah, I was like, oh wow, it's actually quite like musically minded in it, not yeah.
Another one I know.
Forward.
So there was they're probably like they're big enough now. Like, but read them through a mate Darren, which was our old drummer from Artemis. He put me through them, like, put me onto them, and I'm like, where have these guys been all this time? I just went through their whole back catalogue years ago of like what they've been doing, like their old albums. I couldn't. Yeah, I was absolutely amazed at what I saw from. So, oh,
I think we might have lost them. Oh no,
no, sound off.
I don't know what happened.
No, we're back.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
back.
It was a bit iffy for a minute there.
Yeah, just
Okay,
paused up.
that's all right.
Yeah.
What is something that people may be surprised to learn about you? We're getting to the pointy end here, boys.
Yeah. Oh.
And Adric, you're not allowed to say you can.
I
do
want to
a
hear
great
like
big impression.
I'm waiting for the like I was a cheerleader in school or
I
something
missed
like
it.
that, like one of those ones. There's nothing wrong with that, you know.
I mean, that's a hard one. I don't
Yeah.
even know why that's like this. That doesn't seem like it's
Why is it going all clacky?
like the last question, but it actually is. You said,
I don't have enough of an idea of what other people think already to know.
Are you
Yeah.
gamers?
I'm-
like, do you play video? I don't know.
very shy, introverted, and very. No.
So shy, introverted, and what?
Shy, introverted, and what did I say? Shy, introverted, and no, that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. Dunno.
Cool.
Will said that he used to do rock and roll dancing. That's
Did he?
his that's his
Yeah, I used to do that. Man,
Well,
you should-
we'll just chime in.
you should have seen my you should have seen the wedding dance I done with my wife. It was full rock and roll. It was good.
yeah, cool.
To be fair, the
Awesome.
first half of it was in flames, so it was all
Oh,
good.
nice.
Yeah.
As in the Swedish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
all their flames of fire.
Yeah, not Ramstein style.
Oh, that wouldn't have been appropriate.
Pyro and everything. It sounds like a pretty awesome wedding.
All right, we got two more questions here, and these are our personal favorite questions of the thing. And I know Adric, you're gonna have a real long list to choose from for this one. So, what is the cringiest band name or song name that you've ever been involved with?
Artemis Blade. No. That's kind of me. No, I don't have any other.
Hey, fair enough. No.
That's fine.
And it's not that it is. It's just because I think that's like. It's
No,
me.
that's fair enough. I've
Yes.
had a couple of people say their own band names because they're like, yeah, okay, it's a cool name, but it's also a little bit like,
You know what the problem is? It's because you live in it.
yeah.
Eventually, if you live in it
Yeah.
for too long, you're just
No,
like,
I know.
That's the thing. Like, I know Adric.
I know. I got.
Like, I know AC came up with some weird fucking song names for shit back in the day. So that you've got to be struggling to pick one out of the many.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Artemis Blade's my only one to pick from, so I can only say Artemis.
band names have got, like I was in Necro with back in the thing, but I'm feeling cringy about that because that was like.
go on,
back
who
when-
was it?
So, this is me first, sort of like getting in with Ace. Huh?
Yeah.
So like, and AC, I'd literally weeks beforehand. Had no idea how
Hold on.
to play band, right? and they needed a drum. Getting like, I don't even know what's going. Oop, I think the internet's going.
It's you're breaking up a fair bit.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
That's better.
All right, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Sorry,
much did you
go
get?
on. We didn't get much
Yeah.
of it. So you,
Oh, okay. I was just saying, when I first started hanging out with Ace, he got me to be the drummer in his band, and I really had no experience at all. I had no idea what I was doing. And that band was called Necra.
oh,
And I cringe about that because I had no idea, you know, from that one.
okay, that's pretty. I mean, like I said,
Necro.
AC comes up with some pretty wild shit. So, and that's no hate on
Yeah.
AC. That's no hate on Ace. He comes up with
No.
some brilliant shit, but some of it is just a little bit like. But he embraces that. He
Hey man,
he
if you're gonna do
embraces
it, fucking own
wholeheartedly,
it. Own that
which
shit.
makes it work. It makes it work. All right, last question here. What is your most controversial musical opinion?
Ooh. I love this one.
Wow. Oh, that's...
Taylor Swift's actually a good songwriter.
Oh, man, like, hey,
That's fine.
hey,
give that credit.
I'm sitting in my house in, the southwest suburbs of Sydney, and she's sitting in a banging mansion. She's a very good songwriter.
Yeah. But I've had people like pay her out, and I'm like, no, I think she's good at what she does. Like, she's got talent, you know.
Most controversial music opinion.
We had someone said the Beatles are overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, they had their time though, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of relative. Like, now it might be overrated, but back when they came out, it was like the thing. You know?
Yeah.
You got to kind of put it in perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's.
Well,
I'll be sitting here for hours trying to think that one through because I can't even get one to funnel up from.
I just love it because
you know?
it's because like for me, I just think you think about the musical opinion that has you say it and everyone immediately goes, "What are you smoking?" Like
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
for me, that opinion is that Slayer sucks.
That's a good one.
My one,
that's
my,
could go with that.
mine.
my one is
That's
Tool.
one of mine.
Tool is severely.
Monotonous.
I don't like Tool.
Yeah, I used to love Tool, and then I think started to realize the rest of the. I started to see the rest of the landscape of music, and then I was like, oh, you know what? They're actually pretty kind of old rock, ordinary, just with time signatures. You know?
And my worst part, like everyone's like, you're a stoner, you should love Tool. I'm like, no, I shouldn't. Like I'm a fan.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I still love them, but I love them in a nostalgic way, you know.
Yeah.
Never have,
It's like,
never will. Can't do it. Tried.
Yeah.
Just not gonna happen.
All right.
Maybe I've never a bit overrated. Maybe.
Who?
No, that's fair enough.
Fair enough. There you go.
I struggle. I like a few songs, but I kind of struggle to listen to most.
Yeah,
of it, so.
man. Nothing wrong with it.
A lot of it. I find a lot of it to be overlong
like it.
and wanky and just.
Yeah.
They're talented. They're very talented to play what they
Just
play, but I
too-
find
too
it's
much.
overlong and pretentious.
Very
and boring.
talented. But
And falling short of the chat getting involved.
Yeah, just
if you want to get involved in the chat,
That's
they
it too,
they might
guys,
have
you know.
something to say. But,
You got-
but
it's
a safe
people that are
space for
watching.
us.
People that are watching, if you want to jump in the chat, as always, if you've got any questions
Oh,
for the boys here for us,
Yeah,
got
fire
any questions,
away.
anything, throw them in the chat. We always love
I
to
got
hear
no
that.
idea what they're saying.
Oh, we'll
right.
tell you. We'll tell you. We'll tell you.
Kyle, it's time for the fuck off files. Can you hit that thing for me, please? Mate?
Let's hit that thing. Let me just do this and turn
Come on, hit
this
thing.
up,
Tell me.
and then done. Fuck off.
Boom.
And then we go back to here, and we're good, man.
Fuck off files. All right.
Fuck off files.
My most favorite part of the stream. So, if you haven't watched this before, this is where we talk to our very esteemed guests and we ask them what three things, if they had the power to just snap their fingers and Thanos any three things out of the music industry, what would they be and why? How about, because we got you guys here, we'll get one independent from each of you, and then one that you
joint
guys
one.
both one joint one. So when you're ready, what's the first thing that you would fuck off out of the music industry and why?
Do I have music going in the background? Can you hear the music in the background, Paradox Alien?
Yeah, no, there's music going there.
Yeah, good.
It's quiet, but it's there. This is great. Are they you still there, boys?
I got one thing.
Man,
I'm not.
You don't. We'll defend you. We like you guys. We'll, you know.
Yeah,
So
we might agree, we may disagree, but this is your fuck off files.
and Rusty Crumpet, welcome to the family. Thank you very much for the follow, Rusty Crumpet. Hold on. You guys are going all sketchy. You guys are going all sketchy. Hold on. Ah. Damn it.
You're going all fucking garbled again there. We didn't really get it.
We got nothing. We got a whole bunch of.
You there? Hey guys? Hello? Yeah, come on, come back.
All right,
Go internet.
we can hear you.
This is me in a nutshell.
All right, cool.
Like,
As soon as he goes to do it. As soon as he
goes
goes
to
to
do
do
it,
it. As soon, it's got to be a good one too. Oh, okay. Subscription services.
We lost you.
Gone again.
Fucking Windows 98.
Yep.
Get Bill Gates in here.
But then I'm not sure because there's good parts. I don't even know if they can hear us. But
Okay, so
Yeah.
you said subscription services. So you're talking like Netflix, like Spotify's and shit like
and
that.
seriously, like huge library of music. Could
Yeah.
The software.
software. My problem, and then you. Fuck.
I'd like to fucking shit into
This is not.
I've got like,
We got tiny bits of that. So basically,
and then I've got like
if I can recap, I think
plugins.
what you were doing. So it's like subscription services in
Oh,
general.
we lost him again.
Like, you gotta subscription services of any kind. So we're talking like not just music streaming, but like plugins and software as a service type models and all that kind of stuff.
I think that's what they're talking about. So, yeah, I'll get that. I'll get that because it does all that up. It adds up very fucking quickly.
I mean, the
Why?
problem's just there's too many.
Yeah, there's too many of them.
There is far too many
And
subscription
if
services.
they want everything to be software as a service, then how is anyone going to be able to afford to have all of those things? So
Yeah, I've got $1 million idea, but I won't tell anyone here. People started doing it already. They're gonna make millions.
okay, so we had subscription
Subscription
services, like software
services.
as a service, that's that sort of thing.
Unfreeze yourselves. Stand somewhere else in the studio. Why did we get the first good half?
Are you guys
Yeah.
there? I don't know if they're still there. Oh, do you want to maybe drop off and try joining again? See if that stabilizes it at all.
We'll be here with you.
It's just, yeah, a little bit of. Yep.
All right, they'll be back in a moment, guys.
All right. So we'll go back to that, and I'll make you big. There we go. So they were talking about subscription services. That's what they were talking about.
Software as a
before
service models and things like that. Which it's like everything else. All these games, they want to have games. Every game be a live service where it's constantly thing, and you can't. Every game wants to be one game that people dedicate their lives to, all their gameplay time to go. It's like no, that I just don't. No one has time for that.
No. Or I'll tag you in the video later. I'll tag the friend in it, and it was someone having a go at like it was. Have you seen that Kiwi mob that do the like the NPC like NPCs in real life and stuff like that? Anyway, they done one where it's like you got the gamer that's wow, you look really like it's a noob that's come in. It's like, oh, I look like I'm a complete noob. And like, oh, you look really good. And the other person's like, yeah, it's like over 100 hours of this, and I've done this, and I've done this, and then out of nowhere.
Sorry, guys, that's better.
That's all right. Yeah, it seems to be a little better now.
We're back.
Cool.
Go green.
Yeah, getting our NBN's down at the moment, so we're just trying to Wi-Fi everything to the phone, and So anyway,
no worries.
So yeah, what'd you say? Subscription
Services.
Too many of them.
Too much adds up.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, the updates are cool and everything, but it's just too many of it.
Yeah.
Too much to keep up with.
Just let me buy the software and be done with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Mine was I think just the on-demand algorithms, and there's a few things with that. Like when I was saying before earlier in the podcast, it was I think it was kind of like it's too much forced decision making. I guess there's not like a lot of freedom for that. I guess like put your feelers out there and look what you want to look at, all the stuff. Something else is trying to show you something, and then with that comes a barrage of ads and stuff. So I think a lot maybe.
I kind of feel like back in the day it was radio doing the same thing to you.
Yeah, they just
so at least you can now type it in.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I want to listen to this band, and you might get ads, but at least you can find those bands. Whereas before on the radio, it was just like
it gives you something within a focus group. At least you're listening to the same genre.
Yeah.
It's just fucking
those are both very, very valid options. All right, what's your third one? What's your joint one?
Will's collaborated in on this and said pig squeals.
Pig squeals, yeah. Okay. I mean, look, we did have someone say put slap bass in the fuck off files.
Ah, wow.
Oh, really?
The showdown is coming.
Yeah.
The showdown is coming.
All right, we'll take that as the third one. We'll.
All right, thanks, Will.
I mean, and now joining us by telephone, Will.
Pig squeals are out.
Yeah, pig squeals are out. Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, like they got. I think it was very trendy to hate on pig squeals for a while, especially in metal, because they were very much a hardcore thing. And then they've sort of made their way across that barrier now, and there's certain people that can do them really, really well. But I do, again, as with a lot of stuff, they can be used as a crutch sometimes. I think, it's like that kid that's just figured out how to do sweep picking, and so he puts it in every fucking song that he plays, right? Like,
see, I go off this. I can't do it, therefore I don't like it.
I hate it. Yeah. Yeah, very familiar with that.
Yeah,
it's like pitch harmonics.
That's that's another one that people learn how to do it and then overuse it and everything. All right, so we had the fuck off files for today was
subscription services,
algorithm, having to cater to the algorithm and the fucking targeted advertising and all of that shit, and pig squeals. So that was pretty good. That was a solid fuck off
question.
files.
Yeah, that's a real hard one.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, everyone's got stuff that they would prefer to change about the music industry. That's why we ask it. That's why it's an interesting thing. Because it's like, if you could just snap your fingers and change it, it's very interesting to see what people's input would be, All right. That kind of concludes the more structured part of the podcast. We're on to just like the tail end, and we just like random shit and rants and whatever now. Have you got anything you want to rant about, Kyle? Anything you want to...
Well, it's not really. I guess it's a rant in a sense. You know what? Let's hit it. I'm going to hit the rant button.
I'm
going to hit the rant button. Let's pause that. Rant button. Rant time. All right, everybody. It's not going to be a big rant. It's more, you know. Okay, it's a rant. We all know what time of year it is. It's Christmas. And, you know, I love Christmas. Got my Rudolph sweater on. You know, I love Christmas. Love it. Love it. I guess this is more of like a public service announcement. You know, we should all feel very privileged living in this great country, Australia. I know sometimes, you know, it's a bit fickle with politics and stuff like that, but in the broader spectrum of things, we're very lucky. You know, after coming back from Fiji and stuff like that, you sort of get a bit of perspective on how lucky we actually are to have the things that we have. Mate, Christmas might be a bit shit for some people, and I completely understand that. It's a very, very tough and trying time of the year, but don't let it be the be all and end all of the end of the year. Just go outside, touch some grass, you know, just get outside and just try and enjoy someone's company. If you can't, just enjoy your own company. And yeah, just be the best you can for next year, because man, New Year's resolutions are bullshit. The only thing you should ever try and do is just do better than what you did this year. So I guess that's my little rant. Just try and don't get so caught up in this Christmas. Like, Christmas is great and shit, but don't get so caught up in the bullshit. Just enjoy the time off, enjoy the holiday, and just try and enjoy as much people's company as you can. I guess that's my rant.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I don't really have any kind of real rants to go on today. It's like,
No, it's just,
this week's been all right for the most part. Not like last week when I went off on festivals.
And those arseholes of Splendor got $100,000 fine. I mean, it's pittance in comparison to what they would have made.
It's a drop in the bucket. But I suppose it's something is better than nothing.
Yeah, they made an example of them. They probably cried bankruptcy, and that's all they could have gotten out of them after they probably got sued.
Yeah, they probably dissolved the company that they have set up for it and set up a new company.
The only reason why we probably haven't heard any of any lawsuits because they just settled everything out of court.
Yeah.
So, but allegedly.
Anyway, Splendor in the grass.
That's what you get.
Grass.
Man, so other than the shows that have like the Mosh on High, the Mosh Fest coming up, can we expect any more shows from Artemis Blade in the near future? Can you plug any?
Definitely. We can't plug any because there's not anything really confirmed at the moment, but we are actively starting to finalise with the new material and everything we're doing. We're looking to go beyond that, the Mosh Fest on High Street. We're going to we wanted to obviously come back with a bit of a punch in that there and support that show. But following that, we are now actively probably starting to put together a portfolio of gigs and things like that. Nothing confirmed yet, so there's nothing to really comment on, but definitely we want to get involved in live shows in 2023 for sure.
Good stuff.
Yeah, awesome. It's going to be, as much as 2022 was a bit of a comeback year for that, I think 2023 is really going to be
the resurgence
territory as the punters are getting more comfortable with going to shows again, because that's taken a long time for their confidence to get back up.
Got to do it. Just got to get back to normality. Bring some, even like for us in our industry. Looking at heavy metal, it's such an underground market anyway. Like, why can't we have that space? Why can't we have these venues? Why can't we go somewhere and play these shows? Like, that's the hard thing. Frankie's just closed the other day or something last week or so.
Yeah.
This thing that's happened with the other one on High Street, we're not sure. We're up in the air about that. I mean, these places are disappearing quickly. Like, let's get some shows going. Let's get some more venues. Like, why are people being such sooks about them?
And it does seem like every time that someone starts to get something rolling with it, it kind of falls over. Like, again, I mean, you look at, around 2014, 2015, Tattersalls was kind of going all right with trying to get live music happening again. And then they changed management, and the new management was like, no, fuck that. And I think it just comes down to there being a lot of, in that industry especially, I think there's a lot of venue managers, people that work in those roles that just don't like they've just got this just a bug up their ass about the idea of live music, and they're like, why would I get, 4 or 5 bands of 3 to 6 people in, and have to try and coordinate that, and all the mess that comes with it, all the gear and everything, when we can get a DJ in that's one person with a booth that can play more music than any of these bands can, or whatever. And they just have this mentality about how they want to run something, and they know that. And being honest, yes, live music is a risk. It is a risk because you don't know how reliable the bands are going to be in bringing people. You don't know all this stuff. So, to their credit, there is that risk factor there. There 100% is, but I think that's when it comes down to, you need the people running these venues with the right mentality of, I know it's not going to bring in the most money. I know it's going to be a gamble, but if I can find a way to make it work, then I will, because the scene needs that. The scene needs that support. It needs that. They need places they can play more than just, Crowbar.
Yeah.
In the thing, like, there needs to be more venues that are supporting this stuff,
especially for up and comings, man. Like you mentioned the Tats there, and that was a place where everyone played when you were up and coming, and all those up and coming places are slowly dwindling off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I worked sound at down at Tats for a hardcore gig a few weeks ago, so it's not completely.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Because I know back around sort of 2014, 2015, it was those 2 ladies running it. I can't remember what their names were. But then it changed, and the new guy that was running it was like, just DJs and karaoke.
Yeah.
And then they must have got, again, the team must have changed again, if they're doing some live music down there again, which is good to hear. Like, that makes me really happy that that's something that's going on, because, it's a decent... from what I've seen there, they do have a decent enough setup for live music there. You put the extra parts of that corner stage on, and you've got an alright space to use. But I guess that's the other part of it too, is there's that public mentality around heavy metal.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, dude, we're never going to lose that.
If there's a metal
very
gig on
terrifying
somewhere like,
people.
yeah, if there's a metal gig on at somewhere like Tats, that is supposed to be like, I guess, family friendly pub, but you've got like the TAB area there, you've got like the restaurant and everything in there, and it just becomes, it kind of drives away a certain contingent of big spenders.
Yeah.
That are going to spend a lot of money on the bar, that are going to put a lot of money into the pokies, that are going to spend a lot of money at the TAB. So it's not just, is the band going to bring stuff, it's, are they going to drive people away, which, because those people still have those negative preconceptions about metal as a genre. So it's all sorts of problems around it, and I don't think there's a simple fix, but one of the biggest fixes is people getting out there and supporting these shows. People making sure they get up. I can, grow up, like, living in Western Sydney for my whole life. It was always, I wish there was a venue out here. I wish there was more venues out here that did metal, so I didn't have to go all the way into the city. Yet, when those venues pop up, where are those people?
Yeah, they're nowhere.
Exactly.
And
I'll go next time.
Yeah, I'll go next time. Or, but all my friends are going to Venom, so I want to go to Venom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, I don't... There's lots of layers to it. And there's no simple answer. But it starts, I think, with when these venues are here, people getting off their ass.
Punters supporting it.
Yeah, punters supporting it. Because if the punters aren't supporting it, then it's never going to last.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one of the big things. So, all right. Well, look, let's take it home. Let's wrap it up for the thing here. So, once again, as we mentioned earlier in the stream, we are still hoping to go ahead with the Moshfest on High Street show. I've just put the ticket link in the chat.
Still on sale.
Tickets are still on sale. The goal is at the moment to find a new venue. So if you are anyone at a venue, or you have connections with a venue that could potentially host it, please reach out. We will get you in touch with Kazzy to set something up. if you haven't bought your tickets yet, as we said, they are still available. We are hoping that everything will still go ahead as planned.
And not just that, if you're a venue worried about promotion and stuff like that, we'll all be filming there on the night. And if you're a mad dude, we'll promote the absolute heck out of your venue. Like we'll
absolutely.
I'll do a beer review in there. You get on 2 channels.
I'll
get
be
on
on
2
that.
channels.
Yeah. This is a show that's going to bring plenty of people.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to try and make sure it happens. Right. So yeah, just a quick reminder again, if you like this, if you've had a good time watching today, please, like, share, follow, do all of that good stuff. Since we did make affiliate recently, once again, thank you to everybody that helped us get there. You can do the paid subscription if you really, really want to help us continue this on and take things bigger and better. And if you've got Amazon Prime, you get like a free monthly subscription you can gift. So you're more than welcome to
Red Mercury got that one this month. We'll give it to someone else next month.
Yep. And we are still looking for plenty of trying to collect these crazy tour stories, crazy studio stories, crazy road stories, whatever you've got from any perspective. Sound guy, punter, musician, whatever. If you've had some crazy shit happen to you at shows or on the road or in the studio, we want to hear about it. We will change the names to protect the guilty and innocent alike. And next week, last stream for the year. You boys might want to hear about this. You guys are welcome to come back for this one next week. We are doing a mega stream. We are going to start early and go late and have a ton of guests. The goal is we want to have a whole bunch of return guests coming on. There's going to be drinking games, trivia.
There's going to be one. There's going to be one main drinking game because I don't want us getting too trashed on the night. So I'll tell everyone.
No. But we're also going to have we're also trying to find a bunch of weird and wonderful film clips, maybe some unique stuff, interesting stuff people may not have heard before. We'll play those for people, discuss those, talk all about all kinds of shit. Maybe have like a mega fuck off files where we go around the table and everybody throws one in or something.
Have we done a fuck off files? Like, have you and I done a fuck off?
I think we did one. I think we did one on the first podcast, maybe. But yeah, that's gonna be awesome. We'll announce the guest list for that one soon. We are still teeing everything up for it, but that's only gonna be on Twitch. All right, there's gonna be far more. I know we're not shy about swearing on here, but this is gonna be way too inappropriate to go on YouTube or on
There's going to be copyright strikes everywhere. We're going to be playing video clips. It's going to be fucking heinous.
So the only place you're going to be able to see that and enjoy that one is live on the Twitch stream. So pay attention as to when that one's going on.
And just to be clear for everyone, on the night, the drinking game is I have a magic wheel. I have a magic spinning wheel. And if you donate on the night, it's over $5, you get to spin the magic wheel. And you get to pick if it's me or Raf, or maybe one of our guests if they got drinks. And when I hit that wheel button, the wheel will come up on the screen, and we got to either have a shot, scull our beer, or scull whatever we're drinking at the time, or just have a sip. So you could win big, or you could watch us get very drunk very quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the puke bucket. I think.
Yep.
I think that's gonna be
Yep.
That's gonna be a hell of a time.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. Go and follow Artemis Blade on all the stuff. Go and check out all of their music online so that you can be fully prepared for what they got coming next.
Is there anything else?
Anything else you boys want to promote, want to push while you're here? Anything else that we've missed that you might want to talk about?
No, I think we covered most of it. Now, I think next year, just keep an eye out for up and coming music from us and expect some new material. We've got it all up and running now, but
it's starting to bake.
It's in the oven and cooking. So
next year's going to be crazy. I tell you, next year's going to be crazy. So many people are preparing to release some insane stuff next year.
Yeah, so that and some live shows we want to get stuck in. Or so we'll keep an eye on us for that.
Yep. Follow all the socials, all that.
All
good
the
stuff.
usuals. Yeah.
All the usual places. You guys know where it is. Look, if you're watching this on Twitch, then you're tech savvy enough to know where to follow all of these people in anyway. So we don't rattle off the list for you. Mate, Kyle, have you got anything specific coming up, or are you just kind of holding off Beer Buddy?
I'm holding off Beer Buddy until next year. Or there'll be a little Christmas special before I go. I'll do a quick Christmas beer review. But next year, it's full swing. We go and copyright podcast. We're going beer reviews. We're going full hog. I'm going to be so busy. And this. It's pretty much going to be my focus, and try and look after my children and not have my wife leave me. Those are my main objectives next year.
Awesome.
What about you,
All right,
man?
mate? Yeah, I'm just trying to prepare for this stream next week. Tee everything up around that. That's going to be pretty wild. Make sure I've got all that trivia shored up. I've got a few quizzes ready, so
Good
that should
stuff.
be a lot of fun. I get to be the quiz master. Maybe I'll get a funny hat or something for that.
Do it. And shameless plug, if you are in a band and you need any stuff recorded, you make sure you go over and you hit up Raph at Raph's place, all right? He's all online. Go check him out. He'll help you out. He's a good man, and he's good at what he does.
I try.
You are.
My setup's not quite as impressive as the what our guests have going on there, but yeah. All right. Well, look, let's wrap it up there, guys. Again, thank you so much to Artemis Blade for coming on. You guys are amazing. Fingers crossed this show goes ahead. We can find a new venue in time. I really, really want this show to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Let's come down and see all the amazing fucking people that I haven't seen in forever. Thank you again to everyone who was involved in the chat, to our new subscribers, Jay Sean and Rustic Trumpet. Not you, Mr. Pariah. You fucking bot. Fuck you. Thank you to Zach for jumping in the chat there. Thank you to everybody who's watched. As always, we know the world's been rough the last few years. Just be kind to each other. Look out for each other. Look out for yourself, because you deserve someone to be kind to you. So be kind to yourself, even if no one else is. All right, let's leave it there. Thank you again so much,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
Stay
Thanks
rad.
so much.
Merry
You guys don't
Christmas,
go anywhere.
everyone.
We'll